Hey, welcome everybody to I still don't know what fucking episode this is. This is probably 14. I think it's 14 typically of the FrewCast. As you can tell, Drew hasn't joined us today, which is sad, but he's having some issues. So, love you, Drew. I'm not dissing you in any way. I love you, man. But hey, look, it's Penny, one of my personal favorite
Hello.
streamers. PennyCentsless is
Mhm.
awesome. VTuber. I
I
never thought I'd
mean,
be into VTubing, but
I know, neither did I, but hey, look at me now, right? Silly cat girl online that can't stop purring.
gay.
I'm gonna lean
um,
into it. I mean,
hey,
why
fucking
not?
whatever makes shit go. Uh,
Exactly.
so like I said, streamer friend. Fucking let's just go into that. I know you're a huge nerd, and that's what I
I
love
am.
about you. One of the things.
Exactly.
So how would you get into streaming? Obviously,
Mm.
you must have been playing games for at least a year.
A year? I would, yeah, I mean, just a little bit more than that. I've been gaming forever and a half. Honestly, I've been
Probably double
gaming
my
for
life.
Wow, way to tout my talk about my age on stream already. Listen, I'm old, sure. I'm in my 30s, early 30s though, so don't get any
Oh.
particular ideas you know. But yes, I probably have been gaming about double your age.
Double
Not quite. I started gaming when I was probably like 3 or 4 playing games with my mother.
3 or 4. What a
So
loser.
I know, right? Can you imagine, right? Playing games with my mother too? That's the other thing.
Ugh.
Yeah. Co-op games. A long, long time ago. And I'll be honest,
Let's
I used
fuck
to
in this
play
room.
Japanese RPGs, and I basically no life play video games forever. It was a hyper fixation, and that actually continued all the way up till now. And in between, I had a job that was at a video game store, and I then from there, working at the video game store, went to like other I went to assistant manager and manager of a game store. So even my job has been related to video games forever and a half now. That may change soon, fingers crossed, because managing a store for as long as I have is kind of tiring. But anyway, yeah, you said streaming specifically though. So I used to think that Twitch wasn't for me.
Mhm.
Twitch wasn't for me at all. I was like, why would you watch people play video games when you could just play them? It didn't make any sense to me. Um, and it didn't wasn't until one of my employees, when I was um, store manager, they came to me and said, I'm gonna start Twitch streaming. I was wondering if you'd tune in sometime, just make it so that I'm not talking to nobody in my stream. So I did. And from there, they finished their stream. They rated out to another streamer. And after rating out to another streamer, I really vibed with their community. And then I kind of started getting it. I started watching streams more regularly. It was about community more so than it was about watching people play games. And
Yeah.
sure, there's lots of different types of streamers. There's people that speed run. There's people that do so many different types of content. But
Literally just
community
walk in
streaming.
fucking towns just to buy shit. Like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I love Twitch. People are
There's so
awesome.
many different types of streaming. But what I fell in love with was community based streaming, where they would play a game, but the game is kind of like the background noise to the conversations that people were having in the chats, and people catching up with each other and their lives and all the goings on of what uh, connected each other, right? And
Yeah.
that's what fascinated me. I was a regular viewer of Twitch from a couple different communities. I'll be honest, I'm not members of those specific communities anymore for various personal reasons. But um, I was watching them for well over a year before I decided to do streaming myself.
Yeah, that one of
And
those communities you found me in, which we don't have
exactly.
to at all say what that community
Mm-hmm.
was because we both
Exactly.
left for the exact same reason.
Exactly. we'll get into some of the specifics later if you want, in more vague terms, and I'm more than welcome to talk about that kind of stuff. But yeah, I started to see how people enjoyed the interactions they had with people and started to get a bit of self confidence. And I thought to myself, you know what? It'd be fun to try this and see if I can pull it off like they did, right? So I decided to just give it a shot. And you know what? I'm doing pretty good with it. I've been streaming for about 14 months now, maybe heading on 15 soon. And honestly, it's been fantastic. I'm so excited to be where I am in this amount of time. Yeah, so that's how I
Yeah.
started in general. It was like I didn't think it was a thing, and I supported one of my friends who was an employee that was at the store I was working at, and then here we are. Here we are.
Yeah. It's so on this show, me and my co-host were both streamers. And then
Yeah.
we have a TikTok creator, a musician who also streams and does YouTube and TikTok, and then another musician who just is a musician. And I'm not sure if the viewers have noticed this, but I'm in love with any form of art. So
Hmm.
I'm really glad that everybody who I do get on this show is always some form of entertainer. And
Yeah.
it's it's really beautiful how even though nobody really shit, you can fucking say this with all your heart. You may not like what somebody does. You may not like
Hmm.
it, their music, their comedy, their art, but it's all fucking awesome.
Ah, shit. Sorry.
Uh-huh.
I just realized I'm using the wrong model.
Damn.
Anyway, it's fine. Yeah, yeah,
Now
no,
you
that's
can go
fine.
ahead
We
and
can
model
keep going.
switch mid.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna model switch right in the middle. So yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
obviously,
yeah.
you know, I'm gonna break immersion a little bit and be like, so right now, I'm not as expressive as I normally am, and I didn't notice because I kind of set this up last minute. I literally just left an Among Us collab where I was playing Among Us with a bunch of people.
I hope nobody
And
hears this.
in doing that, I realized that
What
I
the
didn't
fuck?
have. Yeah, yeah. Sorry, it's gonna look weird
Whoa!
for a second. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Give it a sec. Give it a sec. Give it a sec. It's fine. I might have loaded the wrong one too, in which case you might have to experience it a second time. I did not.
What the
This is the
fuck?
right one. Perfect. All right. So this is what it normally looks like.
Mhm.
And I normally have to fix that black piece of hair. So we're gonna zoom in, and you're probably confused as heck as to what's going on. But give it a second. It'll eventually work. I'll twitch a little bit, and it'll fix itself. Hung. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Look at me twitching. Look at me twitching. I'm sorry if this ruins everything, but I can't believe I didn't realize I was using the wrong model. If you want to
Yeah, we
restart, let me know too. But it's
man,
funny.
no, I
Yeah. What we call
I
this is
I do this in
natural streamer scuff. Natural
yeah.
streamer scuff. So I always have to fix that piece of hair because where it's white, it always like does weird shit.
Yeah, it was
Um.
black for that first little bit.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So I'm gonna stop
I'm
saying. I'm
totally
gonna
not
disconnect
eating
from the
right now,
thread.
I promise.
Mm-hmm. Come on. There we go.
I'm sorry, I haven't eaten all day.
No, no, you're fine. Listen, I just made you deal with all that skull. I fixed it now, though. But like, look how much more expressive things are now. Like, everything like looks night and day better now than it did a second ago, right?
Mhm. Sorry.
Like everything about it is so much better and vibrant colors and everything like that.
Oh,
I can't believe I was using the wrong one though. I thought there was something wrong this entire time. I was like, am I just like crazy? But anyway, yeah.
that also so VTubing.
Yeah,
I
VTubing. You can use
fucking
this to transition into VTubing if you want to. We can
what?
talk
What
about
a
that. Yeah.
holy shit!
Fun.
We're brilliant.
Hmm. We call this an
um.
amazing transition. Oh wait, we'll talk about that after. Anyway.
Oh.
That's a funny joke, and you'll get it later. Anyway.
Oh, fucking Christ. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm being
All
slow
right.
right now too.
No, no,
So,
you're good. You're good. You're good.
uh
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you still have those VODs on your Twitch channel, but
Hmm.
you used to not be a VTuber. You used to do
Exactly.
live like how I'm doing right now. And
Exactly. I used to be what we call in the biz a flesh tuber.
I don't like that. I do
Nobody
not
likes
like
that
that.
term. Nobody does. But you know what? It's funny, so we're gonna keep saying it. Flesh tuber.
It is very funny.
Oh my
So,
god. Look how much
and
more expressive I am, though. I love it so much. Anyway, keep going. Huh?
I've always wanted to ask. Yes, I'm speaking with my mouth full.
That's fine.
Ew. How did so? What the fuck happened? And I don't mean this
What
with
the
any
fuck happened?
criticism.
That's okay. So the actual thing that broke the camel's back. So when I was streaming with a camera, I used to
Uh-huh.
have to do so much extra effort to get ready for the camera.
Yeah.
And I used to put on makeup and like,
And you
make
were
sure that the
very
lighting was
pretty.
Mm, press X to doubt. But anyway,
Ah.
I used to have to do so much extra effort to get in front of a camera. And after a while, it was just exhausting. Like, I would work for 8 hours, I would come home, and I'd want to stream for like another 4. So if I had to do prep work in between that, it just took so goddamn long. Like, crazy amounts of time. And I just, so what happened was, so what happened was, I was about 6 or 7 months into streaming, and I noticed a few other people had, well, specifically one streamer, Simply Press Start. One of my friends, they go by, their name is Crystal. She's fantastic. She had a sub in PNG tuber. So that's a flat image, reactive one that will talk when you speak, but it doesn't move that much at all. It just kind of like opens and closes its mouth, it blinks, that kind of stuff. So I was like, oh, that's a great idea. Anytime I feel like I don't want to be in front of a camera, I can use one of those. So I mentioned it, and one of my friends had just finished getting a commission for a really good price. So I did the same thing. I commissioned a cheap PNG tuber, and I tried that out a few times, and I loved it. I was like, what can I do that's better than that? I have a really good computer, so I could do like an actual model. And that's when I started to kind of like dip my toes into the community and realize how much variety there is in VTubing. I literally had never watched a VTuber streamer until I started getting my feet wet myself. I went into it blind. And that's kind of a weird way to do it. Usually people are like engrossed in what VTubing is before they actually dive into it. But nope, I just dove into the deep end and figured it out from there. And
Hey, I
here we are.
mean,
Yeah,
fucking look at me. I'm s-
right?
I dove headfirst into this content creation, no fucking
Exactly.
knowledge whatsoever, and I'm still trying to figure out how to expand my shit onto TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, which one of your tweets was actually talking about like
Yeah,
back
that was
back to that
recent.
like closed community. Yeah, I saw it and I was like,
Hmm.
yeah, I resonate with this shit. I'm just
Yeah.
stupid.
Mhm. No, you're not stupid, hun. You're fantastic. But that's
All
besides the
right.
point. Yeah. Did you want to talk about that a little bit? Because I
I
can.
yeah, kind of. I didn't mean to cut you off
Yeah.
with the VTubing thing.
No, 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 no.
I
For sure, for sure. I mean, there's more to talk about, but I mean, this doesn't have to be a linear conversation either. We can hop from topic to topic. It's totally fine
yeah,
by me.
that
Huh?
that VTubing shit was straight just for me. I just wanted to know.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So it was
Us.
literally just as simple as I saw my friend do it, and it was a way to get off of having to spend so much time in prep and doing makeup and stuff. Now, I will say there is one major benefit to having done VTubing versus doing it on camera is I feel like I can let myself go a lot more and just I it's kind of funny. You think that VTubing removes a layer between you and the it adds layer, sorry. You think it would add a layer between you and your community. Like they can't see exactly what you're doing. They can't see exactly what you're saying. But the flip side is if the person is more comfortable, they can be more expressive and connect with you on a deeper level if they are more comfortable. So
Yeah,
because I'm more comfortable doing VTubing, I have managed to create an amazing community purely through just being myself openly and honestly and answering questions that come up and having real discussions with people. And, you know, I had a filter before when I had a camera. I wasn't as comfortable. I was guarded, and now I'm not. And I love that. I love being able to talk about things in just like a normal way and without having to have that filter, if that makes sense.
What's also cool is that with this right now, I have a shirt on. You like, I'm not saying you probably don't, but like, if that was the case, you don't necessarily need a shirt on. I think
No,
that's really
exactly.
cool.
I
It's
mean,
really random,
I do have a shirt
and
on, but
I
I
would
mean,
hope
that's besides
so.
the point.
I would
Yeah.
hope you wouldn't let me know to say if you didn't
No,
have
I
a
mean,
shirt
if
on.
I was not wearing pants right now, I would let you know I'm not wearing pants. I'm open and honest. That's kind of like one of my flaws. But guess what? I'm wearing pants right now. They may be pajama pants, but they're pants.
I don't blame it. I'm wearing fucking. I lost my track. Anyways,
Yeah, tweet. Tweet, tweet, tweet. Yay. We're going to talk about the
so
tweet.
yeah, I
Yeah.
so I'm the one who records the episodes. I'm the one who uploads everything and shit. And I'm not complaining about that. I also want to learn how to edit these episodes and make little clips for,
Yeah.
TikTok, Instagram, etc. I
Uh-huh.
genuinely have no fucking clue. And
Yeah.
seeing you talk about that shit, expanding it onto YouTube and TikTok,
Hmm.
I was like, maybe I could if they really get into it, maybe I could reach out and be like, yo,
Uh-huh.
help me learn.
Honestly, yeah. I mean, I do know how. Like, if you, I think I have like two, maybe TikToks out. That's about it. Like, I know how on a basic level to do editing related things. But it's time consuming, and the reward that you get, it's kind of like a crapshoot. It's like,
Yeah.
shooting fish in a barrel. You shoot enough bullets, eventually you'll hit something. But I haven't had the energy to shoot lots of bullets yet. And the thing with it is, like the tweet that I mentioned, I was kind of wary to do TikToks because right now I've kind of grown my audience as a like grassroots way. Like what I mean by that is I'm on TikTok, not TikTok. I'm on Twitch, and I'm pretty much just on Twitch.
Yeah.
I don't do a lot of content outside of Twitch, and because of that, all of my growth has come from other streamers and communities and their friend groups and that kind of stuff, or just natural discovery on Twitch, which has been a big thing lately because I'm a small I'm a medium-sized small streamer, if that makes sense. Like,
Yeah.
describe viewership and all that kind of stuff. Like right now I sit at around like
30.
18 to 20 people,
What?
like average. So that's my average. So that's across the entire thing. Like sometimes I'll have 30 people in there, but only 10 people at the beginning. So, I believe the term is CCV, and it stands for, what does CCV stand for? Shit. Um Something
my,
concurrent viewers. I should know this. Anyway, I'm using terms that I don't even know the exact definition for. Anyway,
my
I'm a
dumbass
bad
heard
streamer. It's fine.
CCC or CCV and heard
Yeah.
CVS.
Yeah, whatever. But yeah, so it's and like my followers are around, I think it's 706 right now, which is funny cuz like the beginning of September I did a celebration for hitting 500. So in that
Damn.
small span of
Okay.
time it's gone up quite a lot. But like they're just numbers. The thing that I care about most of all when it comes to being a streamer is how much people are there in the community engaging and chatting, and using that, I call myself a small mid-sized streamer, well, or mid-small size streamer. So like, I'm in the middle of the pack for baby streamers, and if it stays that way, that stays that way. If it gets busier, then it gets busier. I just love chatting with people, and that's my favorite thing to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm worried about branching off onto YouTube. I was worried about branching off onto TikTok and YouTube because I've grown grassroots, and because of that, my community is very like-minded. We share a lot of the same ideals and a lot of the same mindsets about things. We can still talk about things, but it's not like any major issues crop up, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So the worry is if I open up to a larger audience, I would potentially open myself up to some of the bad seeds, I guess, that exist. Because, humanity is not black and white. It's
Yeah.
gray, and there are definitely different levels of people being good, bad, and otherwise. And me as a person, there are various aspects of myself that kind of would draw some of the bad. So there's a little bit of gray
Yeah.
there, right? If that makes sense.
Yeah,
And I haven't
yeah.
even talked about that yet. And I did that intentionally because I want to get like midway through or like a decent way through before I start talking about that kind of stuff. Because then I can be like, surprise, guess what? And then people will be like, oh, this person doesn't seem any different than any other. And then they can realize that, yeah, because I'm not. I'm the same. But
Yeah.
keep going. What like oh yeah, I need to keep
Um,
going. God, my brain. Yeah, so oh God, ADD ADHD I recently learned that I have.
ADDDD.
Anyway.
Oh, you did? Nice.
Wow. Um so somebody made a valid point though. It's it may be larger engagement, but they would have to go out of their way to visit my community, and the only people that are going to do that are people that actually care about the content that I produce. So, there's no reason not to. So I'm going to start doing it soon, probably, maybe when I get energy and stop being lazy or stop streaming pretty much every day.
Yeah. I
Yeah, because I've been streaming a lot, a lot, a lot.
every single time that sorry, I'm trying to I forgot how to do something in OBS. Um
Oh yeah, that's all good.
so like I'm trying to fix that mid interview. Uh
Like I did my model, right? I fixed my model mid interview, so
here it is,
that works.
settings.
Yeah.
Um what was I saying? Something.
I don't know
So
either.
I'm
I'm being
fucking
silly. I'm being silly. I'm just like rocking back and forth and blinking at you.
I
Ah,
I don't know what the fucking um
you want to dive into the next topic? We can just keep on going. Ah,
oh
yeah.
yeah, no, I still don't know.
God
Um
damn it.
anyways, um so you kind of hinted at it. I'm not going to say outright because it's none of my business, but hopefully people have noticed that you're open-minded and,
Yeah.
people
Ah,
have emotions and they don't not all the
exactly.
time they don't necessarily feel like one or the other gender or, this and that or they're into guys and girls or anything or all of them or stuff like that.
We're talking about the rainbow because
Yeah,
I fall
yeah.
under a very specific category, the rainbow. I am a trans woman. Surprise! Anyway, now that that's out of the way, we can talk about trans related issues and things that I experienced streaming on that. So,
Yeah,
rip off that band-aid nice and fast. Yeah. Guess
really
what?
quick.
I
So,
Yeah, exactly. Why
and
not? I'm
I
also a lesbian, so it's totally okay. Like, it's like, who gives a crap? We embrace the rainbow here in my community, and I will talk about that anytime you want me to, hun.
yeah,
Ah,
so I would just like to let people know me and Penny have known each other for it feels like 2 years, maybe
it's
a
been
little
more
bit
than 2 years,
more.
honey. It's
Oh,
closer to 3. Yeah,
yeah.
it's closer to
Oh,
3.
whoops.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, that's okay.
but
I've been streaming for 15, and I knew you at least a year before that,
yeah,
and
yeah.
a little bit more. Yeah.
That
Anyway,
that's
keep
why I
going.
said two-ish or two or more. When I first met Penny, I had no fucking clue that
Nope.
they were transitioning.
Nope.
I'm
Not a fucking clue.
I was completely brain dead, and it
I
wasn't
even posted
until
pictures.
yeah,
Like,
dude.
I posted pictures, honey. Like, you should have known, but apparently,
No.
I don't know.
Well, I
I
mean,
don't know.
when for me it was I will admit, in my younger years, if you told me you were trans, I would have been like, die. But I've
Yeah,
changed.
exactly. But,
I've changed.
uh,
And
mm,
now it's like, oh, you go by she her. Okay, you you were born a girl. Who
yeah,
the fuck cares? Like
yeah,
that's
yeah.
obviously there's some obviously, like, there's probably an issue with that, me saying, "Oh, you were born a girl," even though you weren't.
I was
And
not, and
hell,
that's totally okay.
if it is an issue, I'm sorry. I even
Assigned gender at birth is what we usually say. Like, which were you assigned at birth? In this case, male, no longer identify as that. Because, fuck being a guy. But yeah, so I hope that knowing me has had a little bit of an influence in how you feel about, the trans community in gender in general,
oh.
because like, yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
No, so I used to be very conservative. Like, I didn't
yeah,
like gays, I didn't like trans, I didn't like anyone.
yeah,
Anyone that
yeah,
was different from conservative views, I did not like. And then
yep.
all of a sudden, I found this one person on TikTok, or no, it was on Instagram, that looked like a girl, smoking, like really
Yeah,
pretty. And
yeah.
then, as I dove deeper, I saw a penis on the person, and I was like,
They have porn on Instagram? Now I know
no, no, no,
something
no, no,
new.
no, 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 no. I was,
I know I'm teasing.
I,
I'm teasing you on. I'm teasing you. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah.
but when I saw it, I was like, all right, I don't know how, like, I feel attacked,
Yeah.
but this also doesn't turn me off. Anyways,
Yeah.
that's how I got into it. Like, I'd like to say I'm pansexual,
I
but it's still iffy for me.
I mean, I understand where you're coming from. Listen, I call myself a lesbian, but I mean, if the woman that I'm dating has a penis attached to it, I'm totally okay with that too. Like, it
Yeah.
really is. It's not a straight line. Ha, straight line.
Ah,
It's a full spectrum, and you don't have to put a label on yourself if you don't want to. I choose to. I choose
yeah,
to put those labels on myself. In fact, as I was talking about earlier about risking targeting and that kind of stuff on Twitch, part of that's related to the fact that I proudly wear a trans tag on my tags on my stream.
yeah,
Am open and honest about anything related to trans issues or like people transitioning if they want to ask me advice on this, that, and the other thing. Like, I'm an open book and I will always be that way. I don't care about censoring myself to, appease anybody in particular. I'm just going to
yeah.
enjoy my time and be me and help people and yeah. And yeah.
I honestly, I really love that about you because
Yeah.
I will admit, when we first met, I'm not sure if you've noticed, even though I was super bubbly and like, I also was like, I'm putting a filter on me at all given point in time. Hell, I'm
Oh
gonna
my
be
god,
completely
everybody
honest.
has masks. Everybody has
Now,
masks.
holy shit. I started
Mhm.
dating the wonderful person I'm dating now, and
Mhm.
then it was like, oh, masks? What the fuck is that? Stop wearing one all the time. Just be yourself.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
cannot tell you every single day, even though recently, this entire week, I've been having suicidal idealization, uh,
Yeah.
every
I've done
other
it too.
day is just fucking amazing. Like,
Mhm.
because being with them, I learned that if somebody doesn't like me, that's not my fault.
It's okay. Yeah, it's
Who the
okay
fuck
to not be
cares?
liked. Yeah, there are people that want me dead in the world right now, and they've never met me. So you know what
Yeah,
I have to
just
say to
because you
that?
want to be
I don't
yourself.
care. Yeah, exactly. I don't give a shit. Like, I'm going to live my life regardless as to what they want from me or anything like that. I'm just gonna exist. I'm gonna be me, and that's fine.
Yeah. Like,
Um,
uh,
yeah.
a lot of the times I talk a lot. Shit, to be honest, that's the reason why I started this podcast. I
Listen,
love
I've talked
talking.
more than you this podcast. I haven't shut up, and like, I'm gonna give you some space to talk yourself.
Oh, no, 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 no. The, uh, see what happens when you let me talk?
Exactly,
I,
stuttering, stuttering.
I love talking, but I also love hearing other people.
Yeah,
That's why I fucking have interviews. Like,
yeah.
for instance, you and one of my other streamer friends, Steampunk Jester,
Hmm.
I've known y'all for a decent amount of time. I
Yeah.
love both of you. Both of you are very fucking hilarious. Both of you have relate to me in more than one ways. And, with that, we can connect emotionally deeper. Not like,
Yeah.
not like that, but like
I know,
that,
not in any type of way other than platonic
Yeah, 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 yeah,
appreciation.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I
yeah.
totally get that. Yeah, 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 yeah. Like,
And
um, mm,
what, Penny?
I'm giving you room. I'm giving you room. Go ahead and
Why?
talk.
Okay, sorry. And like, with that being said, inviting people like you, uh, it helps, it helps me not talk as much, uh,
Yeah.
because I know that my voice can get annoying if I keep rambling on. I understand that, and that's
I
a
mean,
huge flaw,
my
but
voice is only okay too. Don't stress out about that kind of stuff. People will watch the content they want to watch.
yeah.
I had to learn that after a while. It's like people choose to watch you. People choose to be a member of your audience, and don't stress about the things that you can't control, like your voice. And well, to be fair, ironically, I did manipulate my voice to sound like this, but I did it through training. It wasn't like it took work and effort and that kind of stuff. What I mean by that is like, don't stress the small stuff. Don't stress the
Yeah.
small stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm trying to get into voice acting too. But oh, so much. Sorry for the
Wow.
loud noise.
It's
Um
okay.
like I love voice actors. My favorite voice actor is John DiMaggio, the voice actor of Jake and Bender. Jake from Adventure
Oh
Time,
yes, I know who
Bender
that
from
is. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Futurama.
yeah, yeah.
I
Yeah.
love him. He's my personal favorite. I'm actually rewatching Adventure Time right now. Uh
Yeah.
well, not right now, but right now.
No, if you're doing it
Um
right now, it'd be like, are you kidding me? Listen, we're in an interview, honey. Like, sarang.
That would be my exact thing because I have captions
I
on.
know.
I don't need to hear. Um.
Oh, do you? Neat.
Oh yeah, I'm fucking autistic and ADHD. You think I'm
Mm.
able to
I
just
probably have
like
both, honestly. I did the Rad's
do?
R and I got a 197.
Send me the link to that.
Oh my god.
I got
Yeah, I will
diagnosed with
later.
ADHD at a very young age,
Mm-hmm.
but
Yeah.
then as I grew and I was like, man, I can't believe I have ADHD, this and that. And then my fucking parents, I love them, but my parents go,
Mm-hmm.
you don't have ADHD. We just did that because we were tired of you getting in trouble in school. And I'm like,
Oh my god. I hate that
so
kind of
like
stuff.
the past 3 years
Mm-hmm.
has been me trying to figure out if I do or don't.
Mm.
Same with
I mean, I can send you the like self-evaluation stuff I did for ADHD. It's not a diagnostic test, but it gives you a pretty good idea.
yeah.
I did all of them and scored near full marks on the ADHD ones, which is really funny. And then I scored significantly higher than I expected to on the Reds R for autism, which one of my other friends who's diagnosed with autism only scored about 150. So like
Yeah. I have
yeah.
a I
I
have a
got
lot.
neurospice. I got lots of neurospice. Yeah, I like to call it neurospicy. Yeah, not
Yeah,
neurodivergent. It's neurospicy.
yeah, I've been seeing a lot of hashtags on TikTok that have
Uh-huh.
Nero spicy. Um
Exactly.
and
Exactly.
I don't know if I like it, but you know what? Fuck it.
Lean into it. It's
I've
fun.
I've been called spicy in more than one ways beforehand. At this at
Spicy.
this point, what harm can a fucking mental issue do? But like
Exactly.
I have tons and
Relate.
tons of autistic, ADHD, social anxiety, bipolar, literally people in practically every mental disorder. Some of them are actual disorders. Others, like
Yeah, yeah,
autism
yeah,
and
yeah.
ADHD, I do not think those are disorders. I don't give a fuck. Like, obviously, there's some.
Mm,
Don't get me wrong. There's some parts that are like, but then there's the hyperfixations and the I'm
ah,
just pushing this
yes.
off until the very last minute, and we're
Oh
able
my
to
god, I do
complete
that
a
so often.
30-page
Ah.
fucking essay in 12
Mm.
hours.
Yeah. So, example of that. I have a biochemistry degree in university. Um, and there were a couple instances where I had to write many different tests. And what I would do is, before a test, I would literally sit outside the lecture hall for 5 hours before the exam and cram for that 5 hours. I would do my exam, and then all the information would spill out of my brain and I would never remember it. And when I had to write an essay for an English class that I was taking as an elective, I literally did it and handed it in. I started doing it 4 hours before it was due and handed it in literally the beginning of the next class. Like it was perfectly like timed. And the fun thing about that is I got a 96 on my test and I got I think it was like an 87 on the essay that I had to write. So like it's something that I can do. And we're
Yeah.
gonna call that some massive ADHD there because like
Yeah. Like
yeah
shit like that. That's straight
yeah
fucking superpower.
yeah,
I
but nobody ever told me that that's what my superpower was. Like,
exactly, dude.
and it's frustrating.
I
Like,
got
ah,
growing up. I got constantly and constantly. I mean, every single test, exam, project, I was in trouble because it wasn't due or I didn't finish it already the
yeah,
day before it was due. And it was like,
yeah, yeah,
just because my lame ass fucking siblings are able to sit here and fucking do this entire thing 3 days before it's done or before it's
yeah,
due and make a perfect score, bitch, I I made a solar system project like
yeah,
even though I had everything. I had the
yeah,
asteroid belt after Mars. I had the all of the moons in Jupiter and Saturn. I had Pluto, even though it's a dwarf planet and not an actual planet. Like I had
yeah,
everything. Everything was
yeah,
done. I did
yeah,
everything handcrafted, not go
yeah.
buy shit. And they were all
Mm-hmm.
textured properly. You
Yeah,
under Do you fucking understand?
it took
It
a lot of
was
effort.
it
Yeah,
was within 5 hours.
yeah, exactly. Like,
I did it the day before I went, or like
mhm.
the hour that I had before I went to school. Like
Yeah,
that's how fast I did it.
no, exactly. And I've always been the same way too. Like deadlines. It's I only came into learning that I had ADHD relatively recently. And even though I've only done self evaluations, I can confidently say that I have it because of all of these different traits that I have that are just so evident. Like, if somebody doesn't give me a specific due date or time for something and they stress, it's not that urgent, you can get around to it whenever you want to. Like, I forget about it. It falls out of my brain. I
Instantly.
don't even think about
Instantly.
it. Yeah, instantly, instantly. You have to give me a very specific deadline for something, or now that I'm conscious of it, I'll do it immediately. I'll do it that second you tell me it. If I don't do it that second, I'm going to procrastinate. Something as simple as my roommate came up to me and was like, "Down in the basement, a couple posters fell off the wall. Do you want to pop down there at some point and do that? It's not urgent or anything." I was like, "All right, I gotta get up now and do it. Because if I don't do it now, it's not urgent. I'm not gonna do it. I'll be down there for like a month. It'll be down there on the month for a month on the floor, and I'm never gonna touch it because that's how my brain is. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter. It falls out of my brain and I forget. And they're like, "Oh, did you remember to do this?" And I'm like, "I haven't thought about it since the last time you asked me about it." Anyway, I can't
Another
stop talking.
no, no, no. Another thing with ADHD that's like really interlinked with it is rejection sensitivity disorder, RSD.
I have that. You know I have that.
Oh
Listen,
my
you know I do.
god.
You know I have that. You
Fucking
know I have that.
that was a huge thing for me. Or
Yeah.
like
Like,
whenever you get overly excited or overly pissed or sad,
mm,
this is another thing that's linked with ADHD. You don't just feel it up here. Like you don't have the emotion and you're able to be like, "Oh, that's okay." You literally feel it your entire body.
yeah,
Like, do you
yeah,
have
yeah.
that?
Like, curled up in the ball crying when I, like, broke up with my girlfriend and, like, everything hurt. And, like, like you don't just yeah, emotions are a lot more intense.
Yeah.
Um
Or
when
like
I'm
when
super excited, I have to tap my legs constantly to try to burn off some of my energy. I'm just vibrating constantly in my chair. I can't rest. I'm just like, ah. Yeah.
Sorry, that was funny, your VTuber avatar.
Yeah. I did it
Um,
intentionally because I can, like,
yeah,
I know how to control it.
I
I know
I
how to
think
do it.
it's funny.
It's called puppetry, actually.
Okay,
You move your
ventriloquist.
yeah. So like if so the fun thing is the body movements are actually based on head tracking. So I can like move it in specific ways and I know the way that I'm moving it based on how I'm moving just my head. So it's
Speaking of puppetry,
uh-huh.
I that was one of my
Puppets are creepy.
hyperfixations. Oh, I fucking
No!
hate
Puppets are creepy.
puppets.
Puppets are creepy.
Ventriloquism? Well,
Yeah.
for me, it depends on the puppets.
I
Like,
apologize to anybody who likes puppets, but my personal preference is put them in a deep dark hole or bury them in a well and never look at them again. Thank you.
okay, when I say puppets, I don't mean that fucking wooden doll with the like one little strip that moves. I mean shit
No,
like
no, 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 no.
you ever watch Jeff Dunham?
Oh yeah. So
Like
you're talking about like go ahead.
I'm talking like Ahmed or Peanut,
Yeah.
like
Mm.
those. That's
See,
what I used to
I'm
practice
old
on.
and I would be thinking about like
Slappy.
the yeah, exactly. You got it. That's exactly what I'd be thinking of.
Damn.
Not
It's
any
so
younger.
bad that I know that.
It is bad that you know that, but I mean, you never watched it, I assume.
Oh no.
No, exactly, because that's my era, not your era, you
Fuck
little baby. I mean,
you! Ah!
let's be honest. Like, there is. I'm like twice your age, hon, and that's
Yeah.
fine.
But yeah, I was into ventriloquism for a solid year. I stopped
Mm-hmm.
doing it recently, but
Ah,
I got very good at it. The only
yeah.
letters that I truly couldn't do were B, V, and
Mm-hmm.
D. Or no, it wasn't D.
Ah,
It was something else. Or no, it was F. I
yeah.
can't do
I've never
those
really tried to
three.
do anything like that before. I'm trying to like do the letters without anything else very much. It's
Yeah,
very
it's
weird.
really hard to
Yeah.
do.
Ah.
But
Yeah.
like even just then, like I had to fucking use B, and that's what made
Yeah.
my lips move. It sucks.
Yeah.
Um, what was? Oh, I was supposed to be talking about RSD before this.
Yeah!
Okay, so
Spicy
like,
brain go brr. Sorry, two ADHD people playing off each other means that there's no coherent structure to this interview, but that's okay because you're along for the ride. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna have fun. Anyway, go ahead. RSD repeat.
that's
Let's go.
the uh like
Sorry.
no, you're good, you're good. I I obviously am very sensitive to any form of rejection. That
Yeah.
doesn't like I had to take a test for a serve safe for, me to be educated in properly handling food and whatnot.
Yeah.
And the instructor at the end of it was like, I do like constructive criticism. I think I take criticism very well too. So if you have any complaints, go ahead. And this is the very end of the thing, right before we take the test. And I'm just like, what? How? You're telling me if I were to go up to you and say, you're a stinky fart, in like a genuine, you're a stinky fart way, you wouldn't
Yeah.
just yell?
Yeah.
Like, it's terrible. I hate it. Uh,
Yeah. Like for me, it's like if I do something that is actually um bad. Like, for instance, one of my friends, who I used to call one name, changed to a different name. If I call them the wrong name now, because I'm relearning, right? I call them the wrong name, and then I correct myself. I feel so bad about it, and I'm like, I'm sorry, and they're like, it's
sorry.
fine. I know you didn't mean anything. I know that you didn't mean anything. It's totally okay. You're trying, but I still internalize that they have to really work hard to reassure me that I didn't screw up because
Very good.
I think that me doing that is the worst thing. And I just internalize that so much. And it takes so much convincing to tell me that everything's okay. It takes so
Dude,
much work. Yeah.
dude, I have no fucking clue how,
Mm.
again, as I said earlier, my wonderful partner is able
Yeah.
to handle my ass. I sit
Yeah.
here and, like,
I
they'll
mean, I
come.
feel with two hands firmly, but go on.
What?
It flew right over your head. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. With what
Anyways,
we said.
um,
Anyway, keep going. It's okay. You might get a laugh in your comments or something. But yeah,
oh,
go.
fucking Christ. Okay. Anyways,
You caught up with
yeah,
yourself. Okay, good.
handle
Good.
me. Okay,
Handle your ass. How did I handle
yeah,
your ass? I said two hands firmly. Yeah.
yeah, okay. I
Anyway,
I feel
keep
like
going.
a fucking dumbass. Anyways, like if their tone
But
changes
hey, at
in
least
the
it's been handled.
slightest,
Go ahead. I'm so
if there's
sorry. I'm terrible to interview. I can't stop
if
myself.
if their tone changes in the slightest, instantly I'm like my every single time I'm on the phone with them and I'm talking to them, I'm like
Yeah.
this. I'm fucking and shit. I love it. I
Spicy
love it.
brain go brr. Yeah,
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 yeah, yeah.
yeah.
But like if their tone changes from how we are talking to, yeah, I guess it's whatever. I'm instantly
Yeah.
like, come on, man. You know, it's
Yeah.
it
What
sucks,
happened? What happened?
and
What I do? What I do? What I do? What I
yeah,
do? What I do? Yay.
and immediately afterwards, I need constant reassurance, and it's like,
Yeah.
don't get me wrong, I like fucking me. I like my me, but it's like
Yeah.
I feel like I constantly make them feel like they're not good enough, and it's like,
But
after 17 years of feeling that same thing, I don't want to make you feel it.
yeah. No, I understand where you're coming from. You don't want to pass on those bad brain thoughts. But see, the thing is,
I
like,
gotta pee so
everybody
bad.
has their own emotions. What?
I said I gotta pee so bad.
Yeah, yeah. Everybody has a piece of bad brain. Like, they just have to learn how to navigate around the bad brain and get to the good brain and, share that with the world.
Yeah,
And, like, people are going to have bad days. They're going to have emotional turns, and it's not always your fault, even though you think that it's always your fault. Just realize that, it's not always you. You are not always the protagonist. You are not always the antagonist. You are sometimes irrelevant in the best way.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Sorry, ramble. Anyway,
no, you're a
we
good.
barely touched on the fact, like, we barely touched on the trans thing. We kind of just, like, was like, hey, yeah, I'm trying to grow my own boobs. Other than that, yeah, let's go on and talk about other random topics. But
Back to the trans thing. I was actually going to sit here and go back to that
yeah.
anyways.
Okay,
Jesus
sounds good.
Christ.
Yeah. Listen,
Um,
we have both have the same type of spicy brain. Therefore, we can play off each other well. Anyway, yeah.
okay.
Shoot.
So w- with all that being said, you being
Yeah.
trans and everything, would do you think it affected your stream? Like,
Yeah.
uh, do you
I
think it was in a good or a bad way?
I mean, good way. So I will talk about. So I talked about streaming in general and why I started getting confidence and that kind of stuff. And the thing is, one of the things that gave me confidence was transitioning. So before, I used to be, I used to describe myself as a, um, a,
Yeah.
a shell piloting a meat skeleton.
You.
Yeah. So, like, I didn't exist. I was not a person. I was just going through the motions, doing what was expected of me in society, having a job, and, coming home at the end of the day and eating food so I don't turn into a pile of mush or a dead body that somebody has to, like, call somebody to scrape it up off the ground. Like, I'm being kind of graphic, but anyway, what I mean
Yeah.
is, I wasn't living my life for the first 29 years of my life. Um, I wasn't a person, and I didn't care about what I was doing because ultimately, like,
I'm
it
sorry.
didn't matter. You're sorry?
Yeah, I was doing mouth movements.
Oh, no, you're good. You're good. You're good. Don't worry about it. Totally okay. Totally okay. But yeah. I started transitioning socially and first in January of 2021. Was it 2021? Yeah. Well, wait. 2021, 2022. No. My timeline is bad.
All I know
20
is that
2022. Yeah, 2022 cuz I've been streaming for 15 months. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it was in 2022. January 2022, which is not that long ago. Um
wait, so then we
I
haven't even known each other for 2 months.
two what?
Or 2 months. Jesus
2
fuck.
months.
Years. Cause cause I met you around April? April, maybe May in 2022?
No. I was a member of
Am
the
I?
community before I was trans. I started transitioning while I was a member of the community, changed my username and everything. Yeah. Anyway, regardless, timeline doesn't fucking matter. I started transitioning in early 2022 because I've been on hormones for 15 months, 16 months, something like that. Anyway, regardless,
Yeah.
I started then, and after a few months, I started to get a little bit more self confidence, and I started, taking selfies and feeling good about myself, learning makeup and learning all that kind of stuff. And then I started streaming specifically as a way to help with voice training because I was dabbling with it a little bit, but I didn't have a place that I could steadily practice. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to stream. I'm going to do it.
Mhm.
I have confidence now as a person. Um, so I'm going to practice my voice and get to a point where that sounds the way I want it to sound by streaming to an audience of probably nobody. And
Yeah.
it's more than nobody now. So yeah. What was the
Yeah,
question? I
it's
forgot.
how did
Ah!
you transitioning and whatnot affect? Like how
Oh,
how
yeah,
did it
yeah, yeah.
affect it in a good way?
Yeah,
And do you
yeah,
also
yeah,
think
yeah,
it
yeah,
did
yeah, yeah.
any
Okay,
bad?
I can keep going from there. Okay, so I wouldn't have done it if I didn't want to work on my voice, right? Like,
Yeah.
I was thinking about doing it I wasn't thinking about doing it before because I was not a person and I didn't have any aspirations. Why would I stream? I'm a boring person. I don't have a personality. I'm a lump. I'm a piece of meat. Then I started transitioning. I started getting self confidence. I started realizing that I am an actual human being, well, in this case, cat girl, that people enjoy being around. Maybe I can actually do something with that. So I decided to start streaming as a way to work on my voice. And since then, it's made a lot of a difference. So I've always identified as trans online. I've never shied away from it because, like, you know, um, when I started, I was using a camera. I always felt that it was very easy to tell, even though it was hard for some people because, I got good at doing makeup. I got good at making my hair look amazing. I got good at all those like little tiny things. And then I eventually got good at doing my voice. And as much as I constantly criticize my voice and say it doesn't sound very good, blah, 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 like, a lot of people don't realize I'm trans because, like, my voice does sound feminine and it has feminine rhythm and variance and that kind of stuff. If that makes sense. Like there's a lot of aspects of voice. It's not just pitch. It's not just um uh what are the words? Anyway,
Yeah.
there's vocal weight, there's vocal resonance, there's like a ton of other different aspects of voice that make a voice what it is. And I have that. But yeah, I I've met tons of other trans content creators. I participated in a raid train of trans content creators and met a bunch of really fantastic people relatively recently. And
Oh,
I
I'm not
feel like,
fantastic.
pardon?
I said, oh, I'm not
No,
fantastic.
I said I met a bunch of people recently that were fantastic. That doesn't discount everybody else that I know that isn't fantastic. You're fucking amazing, hun. Would I be doing this fucking interview if I didn't think you were fantastic? Listen, I don't
Exposure!
waste my.
Exposure!
Mm, I left a collab where we were playing Among Us and probably going to drink booze and do karaoke so I could do
Ew.
this interview. So, you know what? If you think I don't think you're awesome, think again, hun. Like, fuck you.
That was the most country fucking thing that you've ever said. Thank again,
What?
hun. I for
Think again, hun.
I ought to
Huh?
put you on a
Now listen here, honey.
pilgrim.
I swear to God, I tell you what,
I
I
tell you what.
I do declare. Oh my God.
Oh, fuck.
Anyway,
Continue.
anyway, anyway. Yeah. Tons of trans content creators and other trans people. Like, I have a really crazy, wide community. Like, I have people that live in Australia. I have people that live in Norway. I have people that live in the UK. I have people that live in the US and Canada. And it's kind of crazy to me that I have people in my community that live all over the world. Some of them are trans, some of them are cis, some of them are lesbian, some of them are gay, some of them are like non-binary, some of them are like they're all parts of the fucking rainbow. And you know why? Everybody,
Riddles.
regardless of who the fuck you are and where you live, if you speak English and you can understand me, you're welcome in my community. And if you can only speak English kind of well, that's totally fine too, because we can, muddle through it together.
Yeah.
I am an open and honest person. The only people that I don't want in my life and in my community are people that are not comfortable with everybody. And everybody should be comfortable with everybody. Ultimately, that's what I want the world to eventually be. And it isn't right now, and that kind of sucks. But, maybe someday, right?
Another reason is also because Skittles are the best fruit snacks.
I
I'm
disagree
s-
strongly. Welch's fruit
well,
snacks are the best.
okay, I
And
meant like candy
also,
wise. First of all, Welch's,
Welch's
I
fruit
will have
snacks
to agree.
are god tier.
Oh
Like
my god.
there is no beating Welch's fruit snacks. I would rather eat a pack of Welch's fruit snacks than like a chocolate bar. They're fucking
I
delicious.
honestly, and I say this with full, I love what I'm about to say. I would rather eat Welch's fruit snacks, specifically the mixed berry kind, than eat
Hmm.
pussy. Oh my god.
Wow. So what we need to do is clip this, put it on
No!
TikTok, and send it to your girlfriend. So
Yeah, no,
if
I
you're wondering
would.
why you don't get any oral,
Oh
that's
no,
why.
no, no. I don't give a fuck about me. I like
I don't
I
give a
could
fuck.
be
Fuck. I don't give a fuck.
weird,
Sorry,
but okay.
that's a thing I do.
Uh,
If I know a song that has lyrics and you say something that's associated with the lyrics, my brain will sometimes
I do it
like
too.
make me, yeah,
I'm gonna be
yeah. Oh
completely
yeah, it's a
honest.
spicy brain thing. It's a
Yeah,
spicy brain thing. Yeah, we
song
love that.
songs by this band that I'm
Mm,
the lead singer I'm supposed to be interviewing sometime, I don't know when. Uh constant like their music is just constantly going through my brain. But yeah,
yeah,
I genuinely don't care if I get any pleasure. I love to please. So,
yeah.
but
There
if
is
there's
a
a
word for that.
it's
What is
called
the word for
people
that?
pleaser.
No. There's like literally a word where you're like, what is it called?
I don't know, we can
Shit.
fucking look it up right now.
We could. I'm
I'm
trying
going
to.
to.
Yeah.
What's the
Okay, you do it
word
because if I do
where
it, it's gonna
you
get in the way of my face tracking camera, and it's gonna make me look all weird, and then I'll just be like looking oddly at your community. Because I don't. Do you use the video nowadays? Do you actually use the video part? Because remember
Plasiosexual.
before?
I wouldn't say that I'm fully plesiosexual.
Oh, that's it. Plesiosexual.
No, plesiosexual would be PLE because plesiosaur.
Yeah, yeah,
Which,
exactly.
oh
Okay.
my god, do you think plesiosaurs only cared about their partner?
Yeah, exactly. Listen, that's why
That
they're
was a
called
terrible joke.
plesios. Yeah. Anyway, that's totally fine.
Ugh, we're
Fuck guys
fucking
whatever they want
idiots.
to. I don't judge.
What? No, my son is right over there.
Oh shit. I literally just looked over in a Twitch chat that I'm in, and it said Yoshi, lizard's ball sack. And I'm like, yeah, that's pretty relevant to our current conversation. That's funny.
Speaking
And I'm
of
actually
Yoshi,
watching the stream. Yeah. I'm not actually watching the stream. I have the chat popped out because I was doing that collab or whatever, and I wanted to make sure I wasn't cheating while playing Among Us, because that's a thing.
I got the new Mario game. That's what I was trying to
Yeah.
reference
Have you?
while you
Yeah,
were
yeah, yeah. Have
saying
you
that.
played it yet? Have you played it yet?
I got to World 2. I've
Nice.
100%ed World 1. Like, literally
Nice.
got to the top of every flag, got every single Wonder Seed, every single 10 star
Yep.
coin.
All
Um,
that means nothing to me because I don't own the game myself. I can't afford it because I am poor.
personal issue.
Yeah,
Sorry, that
it
was
is.
way
It's a
too
skill
rude.
issue. It's a skill
It's
issue.
a literal skill issue.
Yeah, exactly. Because the only
Anyways,
skill that I have is managing a retail store and customer service. But hopefully, I'll get that job, and then I'll be able to get paid more for customer service, and I can tell my other workplace to go fuck itself.
tell me the inside of this thing doesn't look wicked.
It's really fun to just smile at the camera. Sorry, give me a sec. Wow. Inside of what thing? Let me see it.
Oh
I
shit.
wasn't looking. Yeah, there it is. It
It's
is
fire.
very fun. Yeah,
This
yeah,
thing, fuck this thing. Fuck this thing. I hate the stupid talking plants. Every
yeah.
single time I open TikTok, I get the stupid ad of this a fucking flower puppet, and it's like, and I'm like, die.
So,
Sorry.
but what about my friends that are plant VTubers and they're talking plants? You're saying the same thing to them? You cannot call
No.
all talking plants the same. Like
Yeah, I'm not. I'm
you
not
need to
saying
think
that.
about yourself.
Okay,
Yeah,
listen.
yeah.
I'm not saying that the pea
Listen.
shooter from Plants vs Zombies is bad. I'm saying that the
But that
fucking
one doesn't talk.
it goes.
It's so fun to tease you. I'm sorry. I couldn't help myself.
But no, I'm sure your plant VTuber friends are perfectly fine, and I don't mean
Yeah.
that with any sarcasm. I'm saying that the
They are
specific
yeah.
whatever the
They
fuck I
are
lost train.
divine.
You're
Yes.
so
Yeah, it's
fucking
true.
lucky that this is my podcast.
Yeah.
If
Now, this is how you know I'll never get invited back for
it's,
any reason, and
mm,
that Frosty's pretty much done with me, and that's
I
fine.
that was I hate you. What
Yeah.
makes it even
Right.
more upsetting is the fact
Yeah.
that they're both y- ah! Divine is spelled Devine. I hate
Yeah.
that. I hate you. I hate your
Yeah.
puns.
It's literally
You're
yeah.
I mean this with no disrespect. I genuinely love you. You're a fucking
Yeah.
poop
I'm pee pee poo
huge
poo.
yeah, pee pee poo poo
Yeah.
pants.
Big pee pee poo poo pants. All right. Good to know. Good to know. Good to know. Good to know. I derailed the entire interview because I like puns, and that's okay as long as everybody's entertained, right? Yes. God, I have so much fun doing shit like this. I'm so sorry. I'm very informal, and like it fits this kind of like playing off each other structure where you say something, I say something, and we have fun. But like if somebody wanted to do like an actual Q&A, I would not be able to stay in that mindset for very long. I would end up branching off in like 10 seconds. I'd be like, oh, and we can talk about this thing, and we can talk about that thing, and we can talk about this thing, and oh my
Oh,
god.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um, so look at the message I sent you, but also,
Oh,
um, with shit like that, I obviously, since we are somewhat of content creators, supposedly, you are at least. I'm trying to get there.
yeah. You'll
Comedy.
get there.
Was comedy at all a
Yeah.
huge thing with you growing up? Because
Okay.
me,
Okay. I will. Okay, yeah, you go ahead first, and then I'll tell you my story.
okay, with me
Hmm.
personally, there like my and I'm oh my god, I need to send that email. I forgot about it. I my personal favorite
Easy, yay!
comedians are
Hmm.
Dan Avedon and Aaron Hansen, aka Ego
Yeah.
Raptor. Obviously
Yeah, I know who
the
they are.
hosts of Game Grumps, which
Yeah,
I'm
I've
trying
known
to
them for
get.
probably longer than you have because
Yeah.
I watched the Decline of Video Game series that was hosted on Newgrounds, which is one of the first voice acting things that Ego
Yeah.
Raptor ever did.
That's
I remember. Keep
crazy.
going. Keep
Uh
going.
but I only recently got into them and all of their improv shit I love. I
Yeah.
love. They're fucking hilarious. And I
Yeah.
also like to watch a lot of stand-up comedy.
Hmm.
Um and I'm personally trying to get better at comedy so that I can do shit like play video games on the FrewCast channel, which I already have me playing video games posted on the FrewCast channel
Yeah.
from when it was branded as my channel.
Yeah.
But I just stopped recently. I'm thinking
Yeah.
about and I'll talk to Drew about it. I'm thinking about me and him
Yeah.
also recording some Minecraft too.
Yeah. Do some co-op stuff. That's always fun. Huh?
Sorry.
Yeah, yeah, you're good.
Um
Let me know when you want me to go too, because I will
yeah,
as
you
well.
can go ahead.
Okay, brain stuff. I had to hold the thought in my brain because, brains do brain stuff and you lose thoughts really easily. Um, or maybe that's an ADHD thing. Anyway, I've always been a lover of puns. Always, 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 always. And when I started transitioning, I was trying to think of what my name was going to be. One of my friends jokingly said Punelope, like Punele. And I loved it so much. It was so funny, and I was like, okay, I love it, but I also need an online handle to go with it. And I couldn't think of one. Couldn't think of one for the life of me. I was like, well, I spitballed it for probably like 2 or 3 days, and I after a while figured out what I'm using now, PennyCentsless, um, and that uh, was enough for me to decide that I was going to use um, Penelope as my actual name. So yeah, I have my actual name in my username, but I won't tell my last name. I'm not going to fully dox myself. But anyway,
Fully
like
docked
puns,
yourself.
I've always yeah, exactly. Puns have been such a big part of my life that my actual name is because somebody made a joke about all of the puns that I make. That's how much I love puns. Take that in, absorb it into your body, and realize that I am a punster.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. Are you
It's
supposed to have that
honestly
background
amazing.
the entire time you're doing the video?
I just didn't like how every time that I would come back all the way here,
Oh, you
this shit would
disappear.
happen.
Yeah, that's fine.
So
Okay, just wanted to make sure, because, like, if you're
yeah,
supposed to
no,
do that the entire time, I would have laughed. I would have
I
laughed.
smooth fucking forgot that I'm able to do this.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. I just want to make sure, because I was like, are we gonna have to re-record this entire thing? I mean, I have time. I could do it, but
no.
also, like, I want to get drunk and do karaoke
Gay,
with people.
gay, gay,
But I also want to
gay.
chat with you. Wow. Technically, yeah, lesbian. But I guess we're kind of taking that word back to for gay to stand for both. Same-sex
I thought it always
relationships. So it used to be specifically homosexual relationships of the male variety at one point, but that was when I was a lot younger. Now it's kind of just like fucking taken back as gay is gay. Gay is gay. You like, yeah.
yeah.
But like, I'm old, okay? sometimes it's hard for me to filter my brain and get to the thoughts, the
Yeah,
thoughts
yeah,
that are
yeah.
rattling around in the skull of mine.
They gotta be so bad.
Yeah.
Um,
Also, the random cat sounds, I will say, as I think we're probably nearing the end, is something that I can't help anymore. I started doing it as like a little tiny bit of a bit, but now it's become a vocal tick that I do even when I'm outside. Earlier, I was having coffee with a friend,
ew,
and she was counting the amount of times that I purred. It was 7.
ew.
So I was making conscious effort to not do it, and I still did it 7 times. So if I have to work on a phone, that's gonna be fun.
Yeah, but I mean, that I saw this fucking ad skit about these people selling mattresses and whatnot, and it was like, ah, dude, when was the last time you came? And it was like, what the fuck does that have to do with anything? I'm telling you, if you, do you want to come right now? I'll guide you through it. And once you do it, you'll sleep like a baby. It was stupid as fuck. I don't
Yeah.
know how that correlated. Oh, because
I didn't.
phones. No, because you were talking about like if you had to talk on a phone.
Yeah. Okay. A tangential
It's
connection.
yeah. Anyways, holy shit.
Yeah. That was
I
fun. Yeah.
I loved talking to you. I always love talking to you. It's
We
just
need to do it more.
you're always I'm always busy. It's not you.
Listen, I'm a busy bitch. I stream a ton.
What?
I have a relationship. I go out for coffees and dinners, and I am antisocial sometimes and just want to like anytime that blah, 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 blah. Anytime
Yeah.
that I'd be available to do something like this, I would be like doing something because I do something in the evenings usually, and my daytime is usually just playing games and being stupid. But then you're not available because time zones. Because I live in a
Yeah.
shitty time zone. Like it is super late compared to your time zone. Well, not really, because your time zone's kind of close to mine, but
Well, no, it's
late
probably
as
like
well.
only
Hour and
7:30
a
if
half.
I'm not mistaken.
7:15. 7:15 p.m.
Holy shit! Oh!
You're pretty damn close. Look at that. Frosty
I'm
is
so fucking smart.
fucking magician. Actually, no, you're a
Magician.
snowman. Well, actually, you're a human being right now
This
because you're not.
this yeah, I was
Yeah.
thinking when I saw you getting into VTube,
So
becoming
what
a
you need to do
VTuber,
is do it. I mean,
I was
honestly.
thinking about it, but at the same time, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to do it, and I
I'm
don't
just gonna
know.
pressure everybody to become
Ah!
VTubers. VTubers unite! Everybody become a VTuber. You want to do a flesh tubing? Really? Oh my god! With all that like pink skin exposed, and you have to like look pretty for a camera. Because let's be
Quiet,
honest, you get to look pretty
quiet.
for a camera. Never. I shall never be silenced. It is the
Uh,
it is the propaganda that I must speak. I must scream it from the stars. Anyway, I'm done being stupid. No, I'm never done being stupid. I'm always stupid.
um,
Keep going.
what was I saying? But
I
yeah,
don't know.
no, like I said, I genuinely like talking to you. I would love to have
Yeah,
you on again, maybe later
yeah,
in the podcast's life.
yeah,
Is
yeah.
there, since we are nearing the end, is there anything you
yeah.
would like to say? Like shout anything out or
Um.
whatnot?
So I'm a dum dum, and I didn't even talk about like my handle and all that kind of stuff at the beginning. So hopefully you put some of that in the description or do like a little prelude thing.
Yeah, I
But
would very like
I.
for you to. I'm so sorry for cutting you off. I would very much like you to like send me links to anything.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure, for sure. I mean, I do have some things, and then I start doing TikToks and all that kind of stuff too. So I'll send you all the links and that kind of stuff. But my name is PennyCentsless. I am on Twitch. I do not have a schedule yet, but if I get a schedule at some point when you're watching this, it'll be posted on my Twitch. I love streaming. I love everybody, and I would love to see you at my stream someday when I go live. We can chat about life, the universe, and everything. But you have to have a certain amount of energy because I am exhausting, but in the best way. I will be uh, attentive to chat, even though I'm distracted right now because I love chatting with people. I am a very chatty cat, and I
Ah,
appreciate
because
you
you're a
for
cat.
yeah. See? You see that transition? Oh, wait. No, you can't see the transition because I'm currently VTubing and you cannot see my actual body. But I am doing that too. So, anyway, I can talk a lot and I can segue into lots of different things. But yeah, thanks for having me. I really appreciated it. Even though I'm pretty sure there is very little coherent pathing through this conversation. I feel like we talked a lot about a lot of fun things, and I enjoyed it a lot. It was great, honestly. It was great.
Yeah, no. Typically, whenever me and Drew do this, we talk about anything and everything. But with
Trying to be
that,
cute.
with that all being said, uh, again,
Yeah,
thank you so much for coming in. I loved having
yeah,
you.
yeah. It was a
And
great time.
everyone listening, this has been episode whatever of the FrewCast with the
Yeah, episode
wonderful
whatever. Huh?
Penny Senseless.
I am wonderful. Yes.
All of her shit will be linked in the description.
Down in the doobly doo. Make sure you like,
And
comment, and subscribe. And if you do not, I will be disappointed in you. And you don't want me disappointed in you.
whoa,
Please,
whoa, whoa, no, 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 no,
please
no.
do the things.
Even even if you don't, I still love you. That's
No,
that's
no,
that's
you have to
her.
do it. You have to
No,
do the three
no.
things because that's called discoverability metrics. You always have to get them to do at least one of those things. Listen, if you like, great. If you subscribe, great. If you decide you want to put a comment down, even better. But you should do the things. You should do the things. Do the things always.
Please do,
Yeah,
please do.
yeah. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Listen, do it for
At
me.
least
Do it for
one.
the cute cat girl on your screen. Do it.
Anyways, again, thank you. Uh, bye everybody.
Bye.
Bye.